Well guys, I've been working on my 4Runner a little bit. I got the steering somewhat done. It's kind of cobbled together, but at least I've got steering now. I think I might want to redo the drag link because I don't know, it's pretty freaking sketchy, but the only problem is that end, like the drag link and tie rod are off of a friggin' Dodge, and the ball joints, the tapered bit, is a little bit smaller than it is for the Chevys, and on the Pitman arm it's a little bit bigger than the Toyota one, so I've either got to find a reamer and ream that out or change it again. But I got to do something with it. I'm not happy with that. The tie rod will probably be fine as long as I can friggin' figure out something better for the ball joints, but the drag link, I think I'm gonna just wreck it. But anyways, it'll get me to the shop and whatnot, so frig. This, you guys remember when it froze, I had creek water in it, so I blew this friggin' thing off, and I thought I might have wrecked the engine with freezing water inside it, but friggin' did an oil change on her because it friggin' reeked like fuel. And charged up the battery, rebuilt the starter, and she fired right up. Friggin' right, sounds good too. But yeah, right now I'm gonna do brake lines. I had to run back to work and grab my handy dandy brake line cutting tool, or pipe cutting tool, tube cutting tool, whatever you want to call it. So now I can get my rear brake lines built, and then yeah, I might maybe, I don't know, probably not this weekend. I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure out sometime that I can take it to the shop and get all the stuff welded that I need to. I still gotta build a bracket for my clutch slave cylinder. I'll get my lights plugged in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, slave cylinder right there. That bracket that I built, it's only held on with 2 bolts at the front. And when you step on the clutch, the plate flexes. So what I want to do is run a bracket off that to something, because I can't have it friggin' flexing on me, because it grinds pretty good when it's friggin' flexing, because you can't quite disengage the clutch. But I tried dicking around with the throw and stuff, and if I make it so that there's a little bit more pressure on it, then it won't fully disengage. So yeah. Anyways, on to brake lines. Okay, so the 2 gold ones are for the Chevy master cylinders at the back, or brake cylinders, I can't remember what it's called, wheel cylinder, and the 2 silver ones are Toyota, so I gotta build my own custom line, so yeah, I'll get cracking on that. And I will be employing my fancy tubing bending thingy. Basically it's just a couple pieces of tube with the nut that I cut one end off of, and what you do is you stick one end on there and you friggin' wrap it around, and you can bend really friggin' tight coils or basically whatever. Well guys, got my brake lines built. The one that's a little bit longer on the bottom side is the passenger side one, and the other one is driver side one. Yeah, this end goes into the wheel cylinder, and this end goes into the Toyota T, so friggin' rights. And then these will run, I use that friggin' cool little bender guy I built, and it works pretty good. I gotta get the hang of it a little bit better, but it bends pretty friggin' smooth. So better than kinking it by hand. Get a nice friggin' smooth friggin' contour to it. So anyways, I'll get these all flared up and then installed, and yeah, maybe I'll get my front wheels on, but probably not. First flare done, and second flare done, and I didn't even forget the fitting or nothing. Friggin' right. Well, I got my fittings all situated now, so I'm gonna get them installed. Yeah. You need a 10mm for the Toyota and 3/8 for the Chevy. Ah. Well guys, I got my new brake lines run. So yeah, I gotta bleed them, but I got them uncrimped for now. That freaking hose, poor hose. Yeah, I put a vice grip on my flex line to stop the master cylinder from bleeding out dry. So anyways, yeah, brake lines are done, so check that off. Yeah. I need to do a pinion seal on the back diff, so be throwing that in probably after payday. But for now, I'm going to try to drain all that water out and put some coolant in. This is just used coolant from the Cummins. I didn't want to skimp out on the Cummins, so I bought all brand new stuff for it. And yeah, so I gotta get this freaking creek water out of here. I'm so surprised it didn't blow up. Like, it had enough ice to push this hose off, and there was ice coming out either end for like 1.5 inches. So hopefully with the warm weather we've had, it's friggin' warmed it up enough to not be frozen. So I mean, really, if it is, I can just frickin' run the engine for a minute or two, and that should friggin' melt out any ice that might be in there. But yeah, I think my coolant bottle suffered a fatality because it's freaking leaking. There's a big chunk of ice in there and it's freaking dripping all over the place. So I think I'll throw some coolant in it and see what happens. Yeah. Gotta pee. It's a good thing I went to the bathroom before I started doing this. But anyways, she's draining, which is a good sign. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't have to go to the bathroom. Frig's sake. But yeah, I'll get some coolant thrown into her. I'll try to get my freaking garage door open so that I don't gas myself out again. And I'll fire her up for you guys, and you guys can have yourselves a listen. And this is what I'm gonna be running for tires. Friggin' rights. I've already got them mounted and everything. They are, I think, what are they? 12/4/16. Oh, here we go. Oh look, you can tell. 12/4/16 radial 1, or not radial 1, but R1. And Titan True Track. Friggin' right. I need to fix up all my lug nuts. They're just out to whack. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be running on all 4 corners. And I welded the rear, so locked in the rear, open in the front. Keep it open in the front just because I want to be as easy on this front diff as I can, because it's only a Dana 44. Ooh. I want to find a Kingpin 60 for the front. But anyways, I'm going to try to fix my compressor real quick and maybe get a lug nut or 2 on, and might clear the door. It's like a friggin' 8-foot door or something like that, and my 4Runner just fits. Like, there's the door rail. When the door is up, when this thing was on the 33s, oh, you know what, this isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to get it out of the shop, because when it was on 33s, I had literally 1 inch between the top of the 4Runner and the bottom of the door. So I guess I can't mount these yet. For frig's sakes. Oh well. Well guys, I can't get my back door open, so I'll just fire her up in here real quick for you. It's friggin' exciting. Oh, this is gonna be a friggin' jump to get in here now. Love that kind. Smells like she's running rich. Yeah, my eyes are starting to burn. Woo! But yeah, she friggin' she fires up, smokes a little bit. But yeah, good old 350. Friggin' nice. I just drained it and threw a bunch of coolant in it, so I'll have to get it. I'll have to get that door open so I can frickin' run it, get it up to temp, and then see what happens. I gotta rebuild my winch to the friggin' motor caft on it, so. But I'm not surprised because it was kind of underwater. Really, it was. When last time we went wheeling, I think it was the headlights. It dipped down. It was, I think, here all the way to the shackles were underwater. Somewhere around that mount there. Those were just out of the water. But yeah, she was freaking flooded all the way up to like there. So the winch was completely underwater. And yeah, as a result, it stopped working. Hopefully my rad fan works. So I can't remember what I got that out of. I think that's out of a van or something. But yeah, she's starting to get freaking hazy in here. Anyways, it is dinner time, so I am done for the night. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Again, I'm doing that video end card thing. So check out the last video, and if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. It's free. That's so lame. But anyways, yeah, I guess until next time, take care, guys.